raining again. There is a delicious sweet treat baking in the oven. A mighty selection of books. That leads me very nicely into some very exciting news. Hello friends, welcome here or welcome back to another video. I am actually filming this intro after filming everything else that you're about to watch because it completely slipped my mind to even introduce the video. I don't know how it happened, but there we go. So here I am, post-editing, to say hello and welcome to the video. So for today's video, you will be joining me for a few very rainy and very cozy autumn days. I'm going to be getting up to some baking, some knitting. I'm going to talk you through some books that I've been really enjoying and also some that I'm looking forward to reading in the season upcoming. And in general, just taking things a little bit more slowly. We're going to be pottering about and just spending some quality time together. And stick around until the end of the video for what I think is a very fun announcement. So without further ado, thank you so much for being here, friends, and I really hope you enjoy the video. I feel so incredibly lucky that I got in literally 15 minutes ago, and I mean, you saw the footage. It was beautiful sunny weather. I was enjoying such a gorgeous sunny autumnal walk, and now it is a torrential downpour of rain with thunder and lightning. I mean, I'm thrilled for me because this is a wonderful cozy addition to my autumnal afternoon, but wow, that came on so quickly.
In the smoky light and in the rain, working through the night and through the haze, you lay it down each day with heavy eyes, just to wake again, just as time.
Update, it's hailing and it's insane. Okay, I think the drama of an hour ago where the weather was honestly having a time. It's bright sunshine again now, and it's been torrential downpours of rain in between. It's just like the sun comes out and then the heavens open once more. But anyway, I'm feeling very thankful to be cozied up inside with a fresh cup of tea. I've just been cracking on with a little bit of work. It is nearing mid-afternoon and I need to do a touch of baking. It is currently bake-off season and we're having some friends over this evening to watch the latest episode. So I said that I would bake something for us all to enjoy, and I have been really craving like a cinnamon apple cake. Something about a really light, soft sponge with some lovely juicy pieces of apple and some warming spices is just all I've been thinking about for like a week. So I'm gonna find a recipe. In fact, I think I've already found the recipe I want to use, but I just want to have a little quick search just to check that I've got everything I need for that particular recipe. And then I will meet you in the kitchen. Oh, that sunshine is very bright. I will meet you in the kitchen and we will begin baking. It's raining again. There is a delicious sweet treat baking in the oven, which you can probably hear in the background. And I am awaiting friends to come over and watch a very wholesome baking television show. I mean, this is why I love autumn so very much. I will show you the finished cake when it comes out. It's got about 20 minutes left on the timer for it. I'm really excited. It was a surprisingly easy recipe, but one that I've never tried before, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out. I decided not to do the little extra topping that it recommends, which is kind of like a butter and sugar combination, and you put the cinnamon on with that, and I instead decided to put 2 teaspoons of cinnamon in the mixture itself, and then I just sprinkled dark brown sugar on top and a little bit of extra cinnamon. So we'll see if that was a good idea or not. It sounds like it will be, but you do never know when you try these things. So I'll let you know how it turns out. I'm not sure if my friends will want to be on camera this evening, so this might be the end of chatting with you today, but yeah, it's been a really lovely chill day so far and definitely bodes well for a few cozy days ahead of us. So I will talk to you tomorrow. friends, happy Saturday. It's officially the weekend, which I'm very excited about, and I am just getting myself ready to pop into the city centre this morning. My main errand that I need to run there is to drop a book that is wildly overdue back at the library. It's the first time I think I've had a book for this long. I took my time getting to it because I had so many other books to finish off from the summer reading challenge I did. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But I thought before I head into the city, I would talk to you about some of the books that I've been enjoying recently, specifically a couple of more autumnal cozy reads, and then quickly chat with you about books that I'm really looking forward to reading in the months ahead. So we've got to make this quick because it is Saturday morning and I would like to get into town before it gets too busy. So starting off with books that I've enjoyed recently, the first one is Isabella Nag and the Pot of Basil by Oliver Darkshire. This is the one that, as you can probably tell by the cover on it, it needs to be returned to the library. This was such a funny, fun book. It's very tongue-in-cheek, it's very witty. I will say it's one of those books that is definitely written to be humorous, and you can tell that the author is trying to be funny. So if that bothers you, then maybe it's not for you, but I just thought the premise was really, really imaginative and funny, and I really enjoyed that the characters, although like heroic in her own way, the main character Isabella is not the most likable, and that kind of goes for all the characters. They have these sort of grey areas to them, and I just found it really fun and enjoyable and just a little bit different as well, and very short too, so a very fun magic read. Keeping on the magical theme, I started Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood a couple of videos back and just finished it, and it was such a wonderfully warm, cozy book. It felt like a hug as I was reading it. Definitely cozy fantasy romance. Kind of feels like you're reading like a magical inspired rom-com. It's kind of a coming of age, coming into your powers sort of story, and I just thought it was so magical. And if you're after a cozy, feel-good, Halloweeny, October kind of book, I could not recommend this more. I thought it was so whimsical and magical and just lovely. I'm going to quickly talk to you about my current read that I just started, which is Poor Things by Alistair Gray. I don't know a ton about this book. This is my book club pick for my in real life book club, and it's not the kind of book that I would typically pick up. I have seen the film, which is based on this book, and it wasn't my favourite, but I did quite enjoy the concept. So I am just over 30 pages into this, and I am enjoying it so far. Actually, I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. It's giving kind of Frankenstein vibes, but it's not quite as dense as I was expecting it to be, so it's much easier to read for now than I was expecting, and I think I'm going to enjoy this a lot more than I was anticipating, which is nice, because to be honest, I found this quite a daunting pick. So I'm quite looking forward to reading a bit more of this a bit later. Now I can show you some of my TBR for the upcoming season. Some of these are quite chunky, but these are all the ones that I have already. These are the ones I have to hand. So I'm going to rapid fire go through these. So the first one is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore. I picked this up a while ago and I've just been waiting for the season to kick off to really dive into it. And I think I'm really gonna enjoy reading this, specifically after Poor Things. I think I might like a quite light-hearted palette cleanser. Yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody's read and spoken about this book, but even just the cover alone makes me so excited to read it. I just feel like I'm ready to be transported to this little cozy little town and read a little romance. I would also like to get to the third and final installment of the Farseer trilogy, which is Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb. This is a very chunky read, but I am really looking forward to curling up with this as it begins to get cooler. There's something about Buckkeep, the place where this novel series is set, that just makes me think of roaring fires, cold weather outside, and it's got such fun magic. I love the characters in this series and I can't wait to revisit Buckkeep this autumn. Carrying on with series that I'm already reading and excited to continue with, I have the fourth installment of the Court of Thorns and Roses series, which is A Court of Frost and Starlight. I've heard mixed reviews about this little I suppose, novella really by the size of it. And I was going to save this for nearer to Christmas, so this might be more towards the end of the autumn season that I actually pick this one up, but I would really like to read the 5th book, and I feel like this is a good bridging book between the two. I don't think you strictly have to read this, but I have it, and so I am going to. This is definitely one of those guilty pleasure series, but to be honest, I don't feel that guilty about it. So I am looking forward to continuing with this series. And then lastly, in terms of books I already have in my flat, I have The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I've not read anything by this author, although I've heard exceptional things about all of her work. So I'm really, really excited to read this. I'm sure, again, many of you know this book and what it's about. It is quite old now, but as I said, I haven't read it. And even from the cover alone, you can tell it's got this quite magic, whimsical, like ethereal look to it. It's about a magical circus that appears without any announcement, and yeah, it just seems to be full of magic and mystery and surprise, and I think this will be a really fun read. And then I just have 2 more books which I'm hoping to borrow from the library this year. The first is the sequel to Rewitched, which of course I've just mentioned, and that is Uncharmed by Lucy Jane Wood. It's a brand new release this year, and it just sounds like it's going to be the same cozy, wonderful, fantastical world, and I'm excited to dive right in. It follows a very happy-go-lucky bakery worker called Annie. I'm not too sure much more about the plot, but I did read the excerpt in the end of Rewitched and I was hooked. 1 chapter in and I was sold, so I'm hoping to track down a copy of Uncharmed this year and dive into that. And then I would also really like to get around to reading A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping, I think that's what it's called, by Sangu Mandana, who is the author of The Very Irregular Society of Witches, which I read a couple of years ago and just absolutely ate it up. I thought it was so fun and magical and moving and just such a wonderful story. So I am really excited to dive into that as well. It seems like it's a similar sort of storyline about found family, about magic, and by the sounds of it, it also has a magical inn. So I guess you're sensing a lot of cozy, whimsical fantasy books this autumn, which is exactly what I want to be reading. So I suppose my TBR is quite indulgent this year, but I'm certainly not complaining. So now that I've spoken to you about a mighty selection of books, I think I'm going to get myself ready to head out into the city. As I said, I need to go to the library. I would like to pick up a few things for some crafting projects that I'm hoping to do over the coming weeks. And yeah, I'll take you along with me and we will see what we get up to. And then of course, I'm sure we'll chat some more once I'm home.
Radio up and the blinds pulled down. You love it when nobody's around. I wanna call out pound town, but you bite my lip, don't make a sound. I'll be damned if I'm leaving without you. Give me a minute to catch my breath. Take what's yours, I'll take what's left. I'm used to coming out second best. Always fail to pass the test. I'll be damned if I'm leaving without you.
did get rather caught in the rain on the way home, but I've dried off, I've had some lunch, and I'm going to show you very quickly the little crafty things that I picked up in town today. First of all, I have been seeing online and in shops loads of really cute like autumnal leaf garlands, a lot of them made from felt, and I thought I could probably make something like that. I already have some leftover like olive green felt from a previous project, so I picked up another couple of colours. I've got this really nice kind of soft orange colour, and then this really lovely kind of like a maple leaf reddish brown, somewhere between a burnt orange and a red and a brown. I think it's really lovely, so I've picked those up. I would love to make a little leaf garland in a future video with you guys, so I can show you how I do it. And then the other things I picked up are all knitting related. I am loving knitting. I finished my laptop case. I'll put a little picture of how it turned out here, and I've also made a couple of other little items as well, and I have a couple of things on my list that I would like to make in the autumn time. So in order to make them, I picked up a couple of new balls of yarn. They're both DK weight, and I just like that it's not too heavy. So I got two. This is the Stylecroft Highland Heathers in DK weight. This is the same type of wool that I got and worked with for the laptop case, and I really think it's a lovely yarn to work with. And this is in the colour Brose, which is this lovely like soft oatmeal creamy colour. I just think it's really lovely. And I also picked up, also by Stylecraft, it just says special. I did go in with the mindset of getting the brown version of this one, but they didn't have any, so this is called Gingerbread, and I think it's a really lovely colour of brown. My plan for these is to make a headband that I can wear during autumn and going into winter. I've recently started running as well, and I would really like to have something to cover my ears / maybe keep my fringe out of my face as I'm running. So I'm going to make one with this, and then I thought making some matching hand warmers would be really cute as well. And then I picked up a couple of bits of like equipment for knitting as well. So I've seen a lot of patterns that use circular needles, and I would really love to give it a go on a small project before I venture into anything larger. I've got a little set of circular needles, and then I have got a darning needle, but it has a very slim eye of the needle. So I picked up a little pack of darning needles, which I think will always be handy. So that's everything that I picked up today. A small haul, but one that I'm really excited about and that I can't wait to crack on with. I think autumn is the perfect season to embrace specifically fibre-based crafting. It's just something so cozy about it, and yeah, I've been really loving it. The other thing that I wanted to mention is I'm realising that I briefly mentioned the summer reading challenge in the last segment, in the reading segment, and then just never circled back to it. So this is my summer books list that I made, and oh, I've forgotten to fill one in. Hold that thought. Okay, let's add this one in. I am very interested to know if any of you guys took part in the book reading challenge. I say challenge loosely, it was just a little bit of fun to enjoy summer a bit more. But this is the one that I came up with. I'll link my video in case you're interested in what I had planned to read. Guys, I didn't finish the book challenge. I did read 4 out of 6 books, and I think in total I read 6 books within the allotted summertime period, but I've just talked about 2 of them because they were a lot more autumnal. I just really felt the pull towards the autumnal books quite quickly, but I did read 4 out of the 6 allotted ones that I had chosen for myself. So the only ones I didn't get around to reading were The House of Fortune by Jessie Burton and A Long Petal of the Sea by Isabel Allende. But the rest of them I did read, and I did really enjoy ticking them off. I think perhaps next time I won't fill it out ahead of time if I do something like this. I'll fill it out as I go. But it doesn't really matter that I didn't get around to those two. I still really enjoyed it. So let me know if you took part in this and if you would be interested in something a little bit similar for autumn, because I'm more than happy to come up with something similar. I think it's really fun when we get to do things like that together. So let me know if you would be interested in that. And now I think, to be quite honest, I would really like to go and take a little nap. I'm feeling very tired today. I've had a really busy week. It hasn't felt busy, but it has been busy, and I feel like it's finally catching up with me. So I think I might go and take a little nap, and then I would really like to have a slice of the cinnamon apple cake that I made the other evening. It turned out so well. As I said, I will link the recipe in the description that I used. I would highly recommend. It was really good, and the brown sugar sprinkled on top was a very good idea if you would also like to try that. So yes, I think a little nap and then a cup of tea and a slice of cake sounds like a really good plan for this afternoon. Good morning, friends. It's the next day. I'm in a walking interval of my run, and I just thought I'd let you know that it is difficult to start new things, especially exercise, and don't be too hard on yourself. So I'm about to start running again. Wish me luck. Hi friends, it's quite a bit later. I've just been chilling, letting my hair air dry and knitting away on a teeny tiny little project, and I realised that I never finished my train of thought that I began in the middle of my run. Basically, I've just been thinking over the past couple of days how thankful I am that I started knitting and running at the same time, because my attitude towards improvement in those two different kind of like hobbies is so wildly different. Like, I think in general, as adults, we are not really given many opportunities to be like bad at things. We kind of expect to be really good at them immediately, and when we're not, it's really disheartening, like straight off the bat. I've realized that my attitude towards my slow and steady improvement in my knitting is something that I don't see as like a personal thing. It's just something that I'm quite willing to be like, yeah, this is a brand new skill, and I don't, it's going to take me a while to learn what I'm doing. When it comes to running, I'm not a natural athlete by nature, but I think it's really important for me and my health at this time that I do run for various different reasons that I won't go into. But the fact that my progress with it is about on par with my progress for knitting, but that I have such negative self-talk that comes into my head immediately, is like a little bit of a light bulb moment, to be honest. Because why is it that not being the best at running, which by the way, what does that even mean? I am met with this like internal negative talk, whereas the exact same issue but with knitting, I don't feel that way. And I think it's just really interesting that one of these things is seen as a personal failure and the other thing is seen as making room to learn new things. So I've been humbling myself a little bit, where I get these moments of, oh my gosh, that's not something that I want to be thinking. And it's been really helpful to be like, you wouldn't talk to yourself that way if you were talking about knitting right now. So yeah, this is all that to say that if you are trying something new in any area of your life and it doesn't seem to be going as smoothly immediately as you hoped, to keep at it, because you are allowed to be bad at things. There's no age limit on that, and it is such an important part of any learning process to be able to mess up or to just not be the best of the best. And with that in mind, you also don't have to be the best of the best. When it comes to things like exercise, it's just important that you do what you feel able to do. And the same with any hobby, that you do what you want to do, basically. I feel like there is enough pressure in our lives to meet standards that we don't need to impose them on ourselves. unless you really want to. But yes, if any of you are struggling with that feeling or having those thoughts, then me too, and we will work through them together. Anyway, I'm going to quickly show you what I've knit. Oh, I'm wearing the headband that I knit myself, and I think it's really cute and it's very comfy, but I've been knitting ridiculous things. So I have a cuddly rat called Ratilda, of course, and I knit her this jumper the other day. Here she is, looking absolutely stunning, I think you'll agree. And at my parents' house, they have a little mouse in residence called Jemima. She's not a real mouse. So I made her a tiny little jumper as well. Let me see if I can emulate a mouse. So these will be her arms. Just imagine mouse head here. Tiny jumper. And of course, I'm also making her a tiny hood to go with that, because she may be made of fabric, but she might get cold in the winter. So she needs a little outfit to keep her toasty warm. Do you know what my favourite thing about running is though? Is because I now work from home for an extra day. I have in the past felt a little bit guilty for living in my pyjamas or my cosy loungewear all day long. But if you go for a run first thing in the morning and you use up loads of energy and you spend a decent amount of time outside, by the time it gets to like 10 AM and you are still in your pyjamas, you kind of have forgotten you've even done it. And I feel absolutely no guilt of it being about 3 PM right now, and I've been in my pyjamas since I got in. It's exactly what I want in life, guys. This is my dream life that I'm living right now. You know? A run that I've forgotten about almost immediately, but I know is good for me. Pyjamas, knitting on the sofa, probably gonna watch some fun TV in a bit, making myself a lovely cup of tea, and talking to some wonderful friends. I mean, what's not to love? Okay friends, I think it is time to end this video. I feel like I have been rambling and yapping at you for so long today, so thank you for putting up with me and my yapping. As you will have probably guessed, and as I've said in the last couple of videos, I have been really craving just sort of cozy, casual videos where we're basically just hanging out and it's just full of sort of everyday simple joys. And that leads me very nicely into some very exciting news. At least I think it's exciting. I'll put my tea down. So I am very excited to share with you that I will be starting a new series in October called the October Diaries. So throughout October, I'll be posting at least one video per week. I hope to post more, but I can at least promise you one per week. So think sort of Vlogmas style videos, but with an autumnal twist. So full of everyday magic and simple joy. And I just can't wait to spend the coziest and most heartwarming season of the year together. I'll be releasing episode 1 on Sunday the 5th of October, so on my usual posting schedule, and then there will be videos onwards from there until the end of the month. So I really hope to see you there, friends, and I also hope that you're as excited about this series as I am. I'm just really excited to celebrate my favourite season of all time. So now I've shared my exciting news, I hope you are excited about it. I'm really excited, a little bit daunted, but it's just going to be lots of cozy, casual videos and spending lots of quality time together. Thank you so much for being here, friends. I really do appreciate your time here spent with me. I'm so excited to see what the season ahead has in store for all of us. If you have anything particularly exciting that you'd like to share with our community, leave it in a comment below. I would love to hear what you're enjoying and getting up to this season. Take care, friends, and I will see you very soon for episode 1 of the October Diaries. See you then. Goodbye.